The sea has always been my quiet friend. It's where I go when the noise in my head gets too loud. Some nights I sit on the wet rocks, my toes deep in the sand, and I just breathe. The waves come and go, like a heart that refuses to stop beating. That night, the moon hung low over the coast of Lamu, its pale light spilling over the black water. The air was heavy with the smell of salt and roasted fish from the market stalls behind me. Far out, I could hear the faint thud of drums from a wedding by the palm grove. But I wasn't thinking of celebrations. I was thinking of her. I had seen her once before. Just a flicker, a shadow gliding beneath the surface while I was casting my net. I thought maybe it was my mind playing tricks. Loneliness has a way of doing that. It makes you see beauty where maybe there's nothing at all. But that night, she came. It started with a sound. Not quite singing, not quite speaking. It was a hum, low, warm, and curling through the air like smoke. My chest tightened. I turned toward the water, and there she was. She rose slowly, like the ocean was reluctant to let her go. Skin the color of copper warmed by the sun. Hair black and slick, tumbling over her shoulders. And her eyes, they were not just dark, they were deep. Like if you looked too long, you'd lose yourself. I didn't move. She didn't either. We just stared, the waves lapping between us. "Why do you sit alone?" she asked. Her voice was soft, but it carried over the water. I swallowed. My throat felt dry. "I don't know," I lied. But I did know. I just wasn't ready to say it to anyone, not even her. She tilted her head. "I've seen you before." I froze. "When?" "Many times. You think you are hidden, but the sea sees everything." She smiled then, and it was the kind of smile that feels like sunlight on your skin after days of rain. Something pulled at me. I stepped closer, the water soaking my rolled trousers. She didn't back away. Her fingers reached for mine. They were warm, not the cold I'd imagined from the stories. Real warmth. For a moment, the whole world felt very small. Just her and me. The scent of salt, the faint crash of waves. My heart was beating so hard, I thought she might hear it. "Come with me," she whispered. And God help me, I thought about it. Thought about letting her pull me down into the dark, into a place where no one knew my name. A place where I could leave everything behind. Debts, heartbreak, the weight of promises I couldn't keep. But then, she let go. Her tail flicked once, and she sank beneath the water without a sound. The moonlight broke into ripples, and I was left staring at my own reflection in the black surface. I didn't sleep that night, or the next. I kept thinking about her eyes, the way they seemed to look through me, past me, and into the part of me I never let anyone see. The next evening, I went back. I didn't tell myself I was looking for her, but deep down, I knew. That's exactly why I was there. She came back. I had been waiting by the dock for hours, pretending to watch the fishing boats, my feet dangling above the water. The night smelled of rain and coconut oil from the lamps burning in the village behind me. The moon was a thin slice in the sky. I heard her voice before I saw her, that same low hum curling around my ribs like a hand. I turned, and there she was, closer this time, water dripping from her hair, her skin glistening in the lamplight, the silver of her tail catching and throwing pieces of moonlight into my eyes. I smiled before I could stop myself. She smiled back, and for a moment I forgot how to breathe. We talked about the currents that carried her far into the open sea, about the smell of mango trees after rain, about the way both of us feared being trapped, me on land, her underwater. The words felt easy, like we'd been speaking for years. And then she touched my cheek, just her fingertips, light as a breeze. My heart stumbled. I leaned in, not thinking, just wanting to be closer to that warmth. Our lips almost met. Almost. But I made the mistake of holding her, my hand on her shoulder, pulling her in, afraid she'd slip away. Her body went still. Her eyes, soft and shining a heartbeat ago, turned guarded, distant. I felt it, the shift, the way the air seemed to cool. She didn't say anything. She just slid from my hands, tail flicking once, twice, before she disappeared beneath the black water. The splash echoed in my chest like something breaking. I stayed there until dawn, watching the tide roll in and out, the sky turning from charcoal to gold. My tea went cold beside me. The drums from the wedding had stopped long ago, but her absence was louder than anything. Days passed. I kept going back to the dock. Each night, the water stayed still. No hum, no flicker of silver scales, no eyes that saw me the way she did. Now I'm here again. The tide is low, the crabs skitter along the sand. The stars are sharp tonight, but they don't feel close enough to touch. And I keep thinking, did I scare her? Did I cross some invisible line? Did I remind her of why she can't belong to this world? I can't stop replaying that moment. Her touch, my grip, her sudden silence. It loops in my head until I feel sick. Maybe she'll come back. Maybe she's gone forever. I don't know. I just don't know. So tell me, what should I do?